This podcast is for pure entertainment. Our thoughts and views, man, they're not to be taken serious. If we hurt your feelings, then maybe you should stop being so soft. We don't want no smoke with anyone for voicing our opinions, bro. Please, 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 please. We are all pussy. All of us. Welcome to the Iceberg Lounge. I hope you enjoy this just as much as we did making it. You did. Yeah, man. Toppers is gas. It's just like, nigga. Check, nigga. Yeah. Paying $40 for a slice, nigga. For a box, but.
Hey, man, it's for the experience. That's what we were just talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No cap.
Got to be that close.
You good.
Right.
You good.
That shit tastes like Shakey's, though, man. Y'all niggas gassing that shit for no reason.
Toppers does not taste like Shakey's, bro.
Hey, so if you just get the pepperoni, then it tastes like Shakey's. But you gotta get a specialty pizza. You know, you gotta have the picture with it. You gotta have friends. If you just eating the shit by yourself, yeah, it probably do taste like Shakey's.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't never even been to Shakey's.
Same shit.
You been saying that.
I've been saying it for years, man.
The pepperoni
it's the truth.
Yeah, the pepperoni is kind of like Shakey's. Like, yeah,
It's Shakey's. It's Shakey's?
Not a pepperoni, but if you have like multiple toppings, that's what makes
the
toppers.
crust the same.
Right,
How
right.
they cook on it, it's the same. It's the same, bro.
Yeah.
It's really, don't ask me.
You're not on the water though.
Facts.
You can't pull up in your boat right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you could do that
facts.
at Toppers. You know.
I'm gonna order my pizza from the boat, nigga. Pull up on me. What you
Hey,
mean?
we did that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went out. We had a good time in the harbor. We were drinking all day. We pulled up right there. Doc got some pizza.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Fire.
You
That's
can't
the
do
life. That's the life.
Nah, you can't do that at Sharky's, nigga. Shakey's, whatever the
Shakey's,
fuck,
yeah.
nigga.
Nah, that shit a appointment, nigga.
Get
Hell
Shakey's
nah.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's Shakey's the fuck out of here. Can't go eat it on a boat, nigga. Fuck, nigga. I can hear for the ambiance, nigga. You gotta be fucked up.
Yeah.
Man, so if y'all don't know, we the Iceberg Lounge. I'm the name Uno's, Phyllis Driller, Burr Taylor, my man Glass. We got a specials and my man Danger in the building, of course, as always. Yeah. But we got a very, very, very special guest with us. One of the voices, I feel like, of the 805 as a whole, just when it comes to lyricism, just when it comes to the absolute bars, just a real nigga for real, just somebody that I've met over the intercourse of just being out here. And everywhere I go, niggas always got something positive to say. If it's just about his character, if it's about his bars, if it's about who he is as a man. So it's only right that we felt like it was necessary to bring him into the lounge and just kind of talk to him. He also dropped a new project, so we're going to get into a little bit of that. But shit, with no introduction, I don't think it's fucking needed. Mark Ford in this motherfucker, you know what I mean?
Big 40, what's
Big
up?
40 in this bitch, nigga.
It's kind of fitting we in the Iceberg Lounge because that was a cold ass intro.
My dog, I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate you, my brother. So let's just start it off, man. Where you from, bro?
Oxnard.
For sure?
Yeah.
Oxnard?
Yeah.
Born and raised?
So I was born in Harbor City, but I was there like a day. My parents stayed out in like the Crenshaw area.
Yeah.
And then when I was like 6 months, they moved out to Oxnard. So Oxnard my whole life.
Damn. You went to high school out here and everything, all that shit?
Wainimi High School.
That's fire. That's fire.
Which
Damn.
is in Oxnard, funny
Yeah,
enough.
yeah. That's crazy, too.
Yeah. That's a
I did
different
see that
story.
shit they had, because even isn't the Channel Islands High School ain't even in Channel Islands, is
No,
it?
it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, not technically, but it's like right there.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
We got these little things.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take
What we
some
doing?
cheer up for my boy. Cheers.
Shit.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no way.
Woo! Yes, sir. What inspires you as an artist, bro? Like, what gets your drive? Not who, but what?
Now or like when I first started?
Now.
Shit, man.
What gets you going now? You've been doing this shit for a minute.
I forget what or who said this, but it's the realest shit ever. Don't be in competition with anybody. Just be in competition with your last body of work.
What inspires you, though?
Everything, life. You know what I'm saying? My past, just feeling. Like, it gets kind of harder as you get older sometimes to get that same feeling that you got when you're younger because you're like, man, I done this, I heard this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I do different things. I do video work.
Mm-hmm.
I do beats. I mix and engineer. And then, you know, I got a family too. So
Right.
you pick and choose what you want to pull from.
That's real. We're going to talk
That's
about
lit,
all
man.
that shit,
Yeah.
too. Your rap style, it's going extinct.
Yeah.
It's going extinct.
Yeah.
But it's fucking needed. Like, and it's necessary.
It is.
And being in this game for a little bit, what made you decide, like, nigga, I ain't changing nothing?
So, I mean, if you really dig it down into my discography, you'll find stuff where I do different things. But from platforms that I've been on and like direct feedback from fans that I built up overseas and in America, it's always the raw shit. And that's what I want to do anyway. But with the new project I'm dropping in December, we're in December, right?
Yeah, we're in
Yeah,
December.
I'm dropping a new project and it's more upbeat vibes. So
Okay.
you get some different shit from me. But, you know, I love this shit, man. Like, when I first fell in love with hip hop, I was like, you know, maybe 5 years old. My brother was playing like the Ghetto Boys, Mind Playing Tricks on Me, and Ice Cube was that nigga.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to see now, but Ice Cube was that nigga back in the
If
day.
you know hip hop, you know
you
that.
know,
It
you
ain't
know,
hard to
yeah.
see.
no
It was that
cap.
nigga.
So just how
That's
everything was. I remember when Fight the Power came out as a kid and seeing that, and just it was so different from everything that I heard at the time. Just falling in love with it. I thought that shit was normal, but then somewhere along the way, you said we own this culture. I don't feel like that. I feel like we kind of leased ourselves out to get a check. Certain people did.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a bad thing because, you know, bless them, whatever. And that's what we want too. But they kind of gave it to people that didn't care about it.
Let's talk about that a little bit. When I said, do you believe that, you said it a little bit, you feel like we lease our culture out? Even though you lease something, you don't feel like that's still ownership of it?
Okay, so the state that hip hop's in right now, would you consider that a lease or that we just kind of gave that shit away?
I think where hip hop, everything is evolving. Everything is about evolution. So I think hip hop is still hip hop. I just think, as I said earlier, in who you are, I think the artistry is extinct for what hip hop is, right? With words, making you storytelling or bars or whatever the beginning of hip hop was built on.
Yeah.
I do feel like
Actually, hip hop, a lot of people got it misconstrued. Hip hop was started as party music.
for sure.
And then there was an actual battle, Kumo D versus Busy B, and then Kumo D versus
KRS-One.
LL Cool J. And then from there, that kind of started more lyrical. And then you got Rakim and different people that was, you know, giving bars and actual thought to shit over sick production that wasn't, because before shit used to just be loops, you know what I'm saying? Just drum breaks or whatever.
Yeah.
But then
Find the
people,
sample.
people started actually becoming scientists with the shit.
Right.
And that's what I kind of grew up on. So for me, like I said, it's not me trying to do anything. It's just the shit that I like.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, okay, boom? I feel like they still doing that in hip hop today.
They are.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's not.
You know the difference?
Go ahead.
There's not a platform to show that. Like the platforms that used to be back in the day, like the major labels or the MTVs or whatever, the BETs,
Yeah.
they don't mean shit anymore.
What?
There's so many different platforms
Yeah.
that are non-traditional
I
that are
say
pushing
that-
out shit, and everything's oversaturated. So the shit that would be like Ice Cube, for example.
Yeah.
He was dope as fuck by himself and with the label that he was with. But nowadays, would he pop off exactly the same
No.
way? Because there's so
No.
many different
Yeah.
people doing the exact same thing.
NWA would.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because it
NWA
was
would.
new at the time. What I'm saying is, as far
Not
as the platform,
individually. Yeah.
Yeah, but
platform,
it's
yeah.
showcasing.
I
That's-
mean-
I was saying that about mixtapes back. Like, it's the same type of thing with mixtapes. It's like when you're in the same pool with everybody, the way that things are like looked at now, it's a lot different. Like with mixtapes back in the day, like that's a whole nother platform that people had to pass.
You
through.
really had to be alive at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to really understand
To
that.
enjoy it.
Well, the
Yeah.
reason why things changed a lot is because people looked at, like, the labels saw that there were millions and millions of views on these free mixtapes and realizing that digitally they can capitalize off these artists making mixtapes too. You know
Well,
what I mean?
a lot
So
of people are locked into contracts and they owed albums,
it
but
started changing.
they
a lot
wanted
of
to
stuff.
release music, so they just gave it away.
Yeah.
And,
Exactly.
and they would
And
get it
now
in
you
the
can't
back
do
end
that.
from concerts and everything. But
Mhm.
nowadays, I feel like everybody
different.
does that. They give
It
music
is
away.
that.
in
It
a
is
certain
that.
way. Yeah.
I feel like this
But the platforms
Kendrick
are
album.
different.
I feel like this Kendrick album is that.
Oh shit, we getting into it, nigga.
Yeah.
I feel like
Aw,
I
shit.
feel like the Kendrick album is that. I feel like it is a mixtape album I feel like it's not an album per se. And so I feel like with that, but that's pretty much what Young Thug has built his discography off of. He's
Shout
only
out to
had
Goat.
one album, which is So Much Fun, or what was the one with Hot
Was that Border
So much
Shorts?
fun and
Pink.
yeah,
And
and
so
Punk, yeah.
or Punk. So those are his only two albums, like Barter 6 and It's Up, and all those other ones are just mixtapes. And I feel like nowadays there's no more DAPIF. There's no more
That's what
live
I was saying.
mixtapes.
I
Exactly.
think
The
that Piff is
platform.
still around, right?
No, they just actually closed this year,
Shut the fuck up.
That's crazy.
bro. They just like,
So you can't get none of those tapes.
and
no more.
that's
like, how do
that's what I
hip-hop
was
is
I
saying.
think that's why they're all putting them on DSPs now.
And that's what I was
shit.
kind of getting at with like the platform, like kind of what you were saying. There's no like way to showcase
yeah.
certain things anymore.
So
like,
when
you
I
know what
say
I mean?
platform, I'm not even talking about a DSP. I'm saying this is a platform.
right.
So
But this is the way you have to do shit now because the way, it's so.
So you feel
changed,
like
yeah.
there's no more of the things that made hip hop a big thing anymore.
hey, how deep you want to get this pod, bro?
We
Like,
here, bro.
We
Kamala
in here.
Harris spent $1 billion, nigga. She ain't the president.
Facts.
I'm just saying, like that
True.
shit don't mean anything anymore. And she had everybody endorsing her.
Facts.
It don't mean anything because niggas is gonna rock with what they gonna
What
rock
they gonna
with.
rock with?
Yeah, exactly.
That's facts. Listening to your music, you speak on the street, on your street ties,
Yeah.
where your allegiance lies. But rapping out here, most of the artists, we kind of talked about it off camera a little bit. Most of the artists around aren't necessarily where you from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you don't really necessarily see race or color with the niggas that you work with. How have you learned to accept that and welcome everybody into your circle and or the people that you find dope?
So for one, I don't let everybody into my circle. I'm kind of a recluse, especially
I mean, the people that you fuck with, right? So
Yeah.
if it's it don't. What I mean by that is not necessarily when I
Like
say
ra-
everybody, I mean a different genres, different races. So it can be a OG, for example. I can have an OG that I rock with, tough.
shout out David James.
Shout out.
David James is one of the most talented people that I've ever met.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
Jeezy.
And I forget, I think my boy Crooked One introduced me to him. And we were talking online, he saw some videos or something. And then he came out, we linked up just to talk.
Mm.
And then I was like, oh, let's film something while you're here. And I threw it in the video. And he was like, oh, that's pretty crazy. He's all, let's book a studio session. He was rocking with that dude, Cruz.
Yeah.
Out there.
Cruz.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Cruz. We went out there, and I think the first record we did, I could be wrong, but I think it was Put It in Motion.
Shit's a
And-
hit.
I remember that shit.
And we were he played the beat on the way over there, and then he was all like, you remember that record you showed me? Like, I think we should do something like this with the melodies. No. And then he laid 2 records down, and then in between that, I wrote something, and I was just like looking at this nigga work. I was all, damn, okay. He laid his shit down. I went in there. I laid my shit down, and I was overthinking it because I was all like, "Damn, I can't sing like that. I can't do I'm all like, this shit trash." nigga."
That's just so
But
funny.
then listening to it the next day, it was dope. A lot of people liked it.
Yeah.
He's really dope.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, it's talent, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I love this shit. So anybody that's dope, like I definitely see it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'ma always show love before I hate.
Yeah. That's real.
Facts.
That's real.
That's the realest.
That's real. When I first came out here, as I said earlier in the intro, Mark Farrell was a name that I always heard
Yeah.
coming in the rap shit. Touched on it a little bit, but how long you been really doing this shit?
Shit, man. Since okay, I think it was 2009. I got a computer, and then I got the dude at Guitar Center sold me Pro Tools because he was all like, "Nah, don't get Fruity Loops. You could actually record with Pro Tools, and it's a lot better." At the time, you couldn't record with Fruity Loops.
yeah.
You can
Yeah, it's
record
just
now.
for beats,
Matter of
yeah.
fact, shout out my homie Inley Roswell. That nigga can record with Fruity Loops, and he's crazy with it. But
I'm sorry.
I got Pro Tools. I was trying to make beats and I couldn't figure out how to loop shit. This is before YouTube was really popping like
Yeah.
that, or maybe even I knew to look
On
there.
YouTube.
On YouTube.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't figure this shit out. I had a book. I was trying to go through the book. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I wasted my money.
that shit
You fuck
hard.
out a new computer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? About a year into it, I kind of got the hang of it a little bit. And then shout out Preem. He told me to get a machine. That changed everything. And then from there, I was starting to make beats more. And then I had Pro Tools. So I started recording the homies, and
Yeah.
rest is history.
That's fire. That's
Yeah.
fire. You are an artist who believes in working.
Yeah.
Right. It shows every time you drop something.
Yeah.
Like you believe in work ethic, you believe in grinding, you believe in putting in that work.
Yes, sir.
Nobody else gonna do it for you. You
Yes,
do
sir.
it for yourself.
Y'all do too. I see y'all.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
What made you get into, nigga, I'm doing everything. Nigga, music videos. I'm shooting other niggas. I'm doing the master and the mixing. I'm doing that producing. What made you feel like, nigga, I gotta do this? Or nobody, because nobody gonna do it for me.
I
What
feel-
gave you that mindset?
I feel like I was just one of the new niggas at the time that just realized it's more efficient to do it that way. And it was never that my intention was never to even get in the video. Like my first director, he's my homie. He kind of flaked on me a little bit for my first video. And at the time I was doing things, get money, whatever. So I was all like, I knew what type of camera he had.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna get this shit.
Right.
I got it. I torrented Final Cut. And then I was off to the races, and it's a learning curve. But, little by little, you just build onto it, and, before you know it, you're doing everything. Just because it's more efficient that way. But there's
that takes a lot of time. How do you balance, like, where to give your time to what? Or different stages and different phases?
I don't got an answer for you.
But you say it's more efficient, but that still takes a lot of time you give your time to a lot of different
I think
places.
it's the nigga in me that's like, oh, when I get this shit down, I'm gonna be cold, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's fair.
it's pretty much just just trusting the process, I guess.
Yeah.
Because some people will be scared to do that, and I feel like even at now, like I feel like confident in my raps, but I don't necessarily feel like I'm the illest because I feel like I've done so many different things. I'm not a master of one. You know what I'm saying?
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, and I'll be jumping between the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like writing. Oh, I'm gonna do some video shit. Oh, I don't feel like this. I'm gonna make some beats. Oh, I need to mix some records that I just recorded that I haven't mixed because that's a whole different process that I be hating
Or
sometimes.
say, do you think that helps like you creatively? Because you know what I'm saying, you don't have to worry, you don't have to stress about a verse right now. You don't
Nigga,
have
I
to
be stressing
stress
every
about
day.
a beat. But I mean, but at the
Yeah.
same time, you can get away and go do something else creative, and then kind of like balances your mental space. You know what I'm saying? Does that kind of?
I think there's power in breaks,
Okay.
and a lot of niggas are scared of breaks because they feel like they'll just stop. But like actually taking a moment to not be on your phone, not be on anything, and meditate for like 10 minutes, and focus nothing on your breathing. That will seriously help you out as far as focus, what you want to do, and everything. I'm telling you. I tell people all the time, man, focus is everything. Focus and consistency.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah.
You don't be giving a fuck, bro.
Nah.
Zero fucks.
Nah.
I'll be reading my niggas' tweets like, this nigga.
Niggas' tweets are great.
And this nigga don't give a fuck about cancel culture at all, my nigga, at all.
That's twin on tweets.
Oh, God.
I be tweeting some wild shit.
Yeah.
So I'm
Where
down.
that I don't give a fuck mentality come from? It had to come from somewhere.
That's
Most niggas are born with it, but some niggas are born with it, right? But
Yeah.
I do believe that everybody is a product of their environment and product of situations happening to them.
Yeah.
If you can think back to a time that registered in your mind where I don't give a fuck, when was that?
I feel like that's hip hop, bro. To be honest with you, but maybe back when I used to do graffiti, after a while you just stop giving a fuck, especially like being in and out of jail and shit. But then more or less, recently I realized, you know what? Like I don't care to be some super big star, so I'm gonna do what I like and I'm gonna do it how I do it, and I'm gonna say how I feel, man, because I feel like people buy authenticity. I'm just not gonna be a fake person. I'm just gonna say what's on my mind. And I feel like if you don't, you get a pass. It's like a comedian, bro. Like you get a pass. Oh, that shit was cold though.
For
You know
sure,
what I'm saying?
100%. Do you feel like, okay, touch on a little thing you said right there. When did that switch from I'm rapping because I want to be a superstar to I'm rapping because I love this shit?
So
Granted, it could be I always love this shit, but when did it like that switch? Like, all right, I'm cool with not being a star, the biggest star in the world right now.
I started on some hobby shit. Just like I found out, who Mad Lib is. I found out he was from my city, like around high school, and I was all like, man, it'd be dope to have like a beat machine and just get high and make beats and everything. Fast forward to a couple years to when I got this shit, and then a couple years afterwards when I'm starting to make beats. Then I just started rhyming because I was recording people that were rhyming to my beats. And then I, started going a little bit more. Then I had my first video, Andreas Flake. Shout out to Andreas. I got a camera. I started recording my shit. It just evolves, And I feel like if you're a person and you the same person that you were 5 years ago, then I probably don't want to be around you because you're not evolved at all. You know what I'm saying?
You're not growing or going nowhere.
Yeah.
You're staying the same shit.
Personally.
That's real. If you can go back in time in your childhood, where was the first time you fell in love with putting words over beats?
Bro, like I said, I did this shit late, so I never thought I was gonna rap 100%.
Even as a kid, like regardless of when you started, the love for music has had to be always be there, bro. You ain't never you can't be as dope as you are, my nigga. And if you are, that's even more fire. But I just don't believe that you could be as fire as you are with putting words together, and even if it's just nigga in English class, poetry, or doing something different, not where you were physically on the mic, but where did you fall in love with, like, I can do this shit?
That I could do it, I'm gonna tell you, like later in life. But as far as like a kid and actually appreciating what rap is, it was probably like Rakim or Ice Cube, more or less Ice Cube, because he was from the coast, and just how he was coming off at the time, so raw, especially when he went up against NWA by himself.
Dog.
And to find out that he wrote for most, like, that nigga
wrote
is
for all you
such a talent, bro. But like maybe then there was just there was always something there where I was all like, this is dope. Then in high school, it was more what we consider now like backpacker shit. That was in. That was the cool shit. It was like the punk movement at the time. But it was backpacker shit, and it was cool because not everybody could do it dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of good experimentation with beats, which I really loved. I really loved beats, not even the rhymes. I really love dope beats. And then later in life, kind of realizing, oh, well, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's kind of where we're at with the world right now. It's so accessible. Everybody realizes, oh, I could do this shit.
I think that's part of the problem.
It is. It is. What I really think is the problem, and the Pandora's box is already open, is AI, which I use.
Shit is crazy.
Yeah, but like from the fact that you can make a dope ass beat, literally a dope ass beat, by typing a prompt. I can make a dope. I can make a dope ass fade. I'll show you right now my new video, but I can make a dope ass fade to some crazy shit.
And I was like, what?
For a prompt, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But it's not crazy yet because it's not on everybody's phone. In about 2-3 years, this will be on everybody's phone, and your fucking nephew, your 3-year-old nephew, will be able to get on his phone, typed in 70s soul music, and some dope ass shit will come out.
And I feel like that's part of the reason why Drake ain't gonna get his negotiation that he wants.
You talking about the lawsuit?
I'm thinking Lloyd. I'm talking about artistry and as a whole. I use Drake as an example because the lawsuit is just prominent. But I think at the end of the day, artists are going to be kept at a minimal. No one's going to be Jay-Z, Rihanna, Kanye no more. Beyonce, because
wait a minute, nigga. I thought you said we own this shit, my nigga.
We do.
Then we don't really own it if that's the case that we could be pushed out of our shit.
We own.
You see what I'm saying, though?
I think that's music as a whole, though.
Starting to do some
I don't think it's just predicated on hip-hop.
I'll even say this, bro. Like, my girl, Puerto Rican and Mexican, and she be listening to corridos, which is like songs and shit. But I'm looking at them, their numbers ain't doing nothing. It's really hip-hop, bro. Because there's so much bullshit out there and it's oversaturated. And I'm not going to say there's no talent because there's a lot of dope people out there with talent. But the platform isn't there to push them to develop the artist. And I feel like because of that, hip-hop is almost on some, I don't know, man. It's just like a fad now. That's the way I feel. I feel like even though there's so many dope artists out there, there's so many from boom bap niggas to like street niggas to drill niggas to trap niggas to
swag niggas to R&B niggas.
There's so many dope niggas out there, but as a whole, this shit's dying, bro. And I don't know what you're gonna have to do. You just have to find your audience. When you find your audience, you straight. And no matter if the industry as a whole dies, you're
still straight. And I think that's where it's at right now. I think that's the main thing that I push to my people is like, well, let's build our fan base, build a community, build a subscription base that can help you grow, and that you don't have to do. You can travel the world off of your fan base loving you. You don't have to be
Look at Russ.
Drake. Look at
That's-
La Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Russell,
I mean,
crazy.
yeah, you know, same shit.
His blood needs to be studied, bro. Like,
For sure.
No,
For
his
sure.
shit is crazy.
For sure. More than Russ to me.
Yeah.
More than Russ to me.
But I also think that goes back into what you were saying, that you make music that's going extinct. And when I listen to your latest project, I feel like you
Yeah.
have a lot of ear candy that puts me in like
A vibe.
today's world,
Yeah.
where it's modern, but the way that you sound and the words that you say, I
Shit
feel like
hard.
you sound like what people talk about. Like hip hop used to sound like this.
Yeah.
Like you had to be there, you had to be there. Well, I wasn't there, but I feel like I was like transported.
So this last
Right.
project, shout out to Grin, but this nigga hit me up, bro. He's from Slovenia. He's all like, "Hey man, I've been following you for years, man. I want to send you some beats." And I'm all, people do that all the time, so I'm all like, "Get this shit out of here." You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This nigga sent me over 400 beats, bro.
Damn.
That's so
400, and they kind of, you know, dark, gritty, boom bapish 90s beats, but I'm all like, it'd be a shame not to do this. And this nigga, he doesn't have like a huge following, so I'm all like, I'm down, bro. Let's
Yeah, bro.
go.
Yeah, that's where it's at, bro.
Yeah.
400?
That's so dope.
Huh? 400.
400.
Yeah. I'll show you the emails.
It's crazy.
That's what I said.
Shit's nuts.
Not only like is it like just, it's literally going through everything, because, you know, I don't want to pick something and then 3 down the line there's
There's a
something
better
dope
one.
in
Yeah,
there.
Right.
that's how I am. Yeah.
So I went through everything. I siphoned shit off. I got like side projects that I'm working on with different people, but life be life, and so niggas can't necessarily get verses back to me.
yeah,
But I definitely want to work with this dude, build with him, and
that's so dope.
yeah,
That's fire.
Fuck
The Money Tree Records.
yes sir,
Whose label is that?
that's mine.
What made you decide that? Do you have anybody signed? Talk about it. Talk about the label, man.
All right, so the Money Tree, that's me, my boy Crook, Jay Renzo, and what it is, my boy X Music. How could I forget him? But it's pretty much same hustle, different branches. So we not all only rap. We all do different things, try and get to the hustle, get the bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's fire, bro.
Y'all looking for new talent? Y'all looking for anything like that? How y'all
Shit,
going?
we always got our ear to the street. So if you dope,
Y'all
send
find
me,
them.
yeah, send me something, or you know what, like I'm gonna find you straight up, and I'll reach out. There was a dope ass cat. He don't need to be signed to me, but he's a dope ass youngster. He's
That's
from up
dope.
north.
Yeah.
His name is Truly Goonie,
Mm-hmm.
and I just reached out to him. I just saw him, Mexican cat or whatever, and his whole swag is dope, like on some Messy
That's
Marv
lit.
type shit, and just Bay vibes. And I just reached out, and you know, we got a relationship now. Another dope nigga, King Akeem, he rhymes with like Young Roddy and Currency and shit.
Yeah.
I just reached out to him. He dope. We got a song on a new project that's dope. You know, I just do that. Like whenever somebody's dope, I just reach out, cause why not? There's another dope cat, Euros from Vegas. He dope as fuck. I just reached out. We hopefully got something in the works. So
That's
you know,
fire, bro.
Super fire.
yeah.
Gotta do that.
Congratulations on the new one cooking
Hey
up,
man,
bro.
hey,
Okay,
and it's a boy. Yes sir. Yes sir.
Hey, yeah, good shit.
What
bro.
what is
Niggas ain't shooting blanks over here.
Strong, baby,
Nigga,
strong.
over here, nigga.
what does family mean to you, bro?
It means everything, bro. When I got with my girl, it was, you know, it was. I didn't think it would be this. I'm gonna be honest, but throughout the years, she's had my back, and you know, I've had girls that have had my back before, but there's been a lot of situations where she's just had my back. Her kids have become mine. My daughter has become hers. Now we gonna have one. So
Fire.
Fire, bro.
Congratulations,
yeah,
brother.
appreciate
I think
it.
every man definitely strives for something like
That's
that.
good,
man,
man.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
All
Good,
right.
man.
Let's get into this album, bro. Let's get into this album. Let's get into this album.
I wasn't even expecting this shit.
Oh, no.
Goddamn.
We here
nah,
for you.
that's
We
what we
here
do
for you,
over
big
here.
dog. We
Let's
here
do
for
this,
you. We here
let's
for
do
you.
this.
Ghosts and Goblins on LSD.
Yes, sir.
What is the reason for the album title?
All right, so man, I'm kind of a video game head a little bit, so I was playing Ghosts and Goblins, and it's a video game, old school video game, and then I was all like, man, these beats sound crazy, but there was a sample on one specific record that Grant put in there that said I gobble up LSDs like Skittles or some shit.
Shit.
So I was all ghosts and goblins on LSD. That's what the fuck it is.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. Man, your wordplay, fucking crazy.
Hey,
Crazy work.
appreciate it.
Yeah, you know,
What are some of the things that you work on to keep your words sharp and new things that you can so that you can keep yourself talking about shit?
All right, so I try and do this on like every record, and I may not even hit it, but you know, you got to do your syllable counts. So I try and do like at least somewhere in there. I'll try and do 5 syllables, try and do 4 syllables. Then I'll do similes, you know, so like a word that's like a word.
Yeah.
And rhyme it together. That's like wordplay. You always gotta have the punchlines in there.
It's just so
And
dope, bro.
yeah, man. Every record's gonna be different though. You know, you may not like sometimes you'll try that shit and it just won't feel
won't fit.
organic.
Yeah, bro.
So it's like I kind of realized this album kind of came together as almost throwaways too. So
It's lit, bro.
What you mean by that?
So I was gonna release a project called Zarabamba, but I was coming up with so many different shits, especially using this nigga's beats, that I really didn't have
A direction?
a direction. So I was all like, you know what? I don't want to just sit on these. So let me release something. And I wanted to release it for Halloween. I was like a few days late, so I made it more of a Dia de los Muertos thing. Cause
Shit was hard.
Yeah.
my girl set up an altar and she put my mom's picture on there, her grandma. And when I wrote that song, like there were no lights on and it was just the candles going. And then I wrote that song. So
Wow.
it just meant a lot. So I was all like, this is a perfect vibe. This is perfect. So, but Zarabamba, that's gonna be the album. And I'm gonna drop that shit next year in the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
crazy.
Let's get into this real quick.
Yes, sir.
National Trick or Treat Day.
All in anticipation of Halloween.
Children are twice as likely to die than any other night of the year.
So I asked my girl, what's ghosts and goblins in Spanish? And she said, Fantasma y Chineques.
That's hard.
Yeah. And I just recorded that shit.
Couple rolls in the bank, nigga. My flow be like the water that's gon' flow out the sink. I got the snow for the low, for the bros and the skanks. More Skrilla in my pocket than your hold in your safe. That's a dope dealer trait, and it's a bold, brittle taste. The streets got my heart froze, almost froze in the place, nigga. Cybertruck's cool, it's a cold little take. Without paint, the bitch is ugly like Glorilla face.
Shout out Glorilla, though.
In the space, that's as low as the train, or the GBH and ditties that be thrown in your drink, my nigga. Look, I'm only blowing on some dank, and these new niggas be getting they back blown over and rape. My poems holding the weight of Javante's gloves, cause I can keep going longer than your Hyundai does. Cause all my projects cold classics, check the launch day buzz. Every cut is slam dunk, that's a LeBron play, cuz. Yeah, missing school since middle school. Yeah, I've been a fool, attentive dude, making plays, nigga. Get the Guinness move, twist the view. Rolling up Khalifa, shit be hitting too. Hidden rule, all you blurred niggas get your chicken stewed. Stick and move, Alex Pereira, behind kicking fools. Dissing who y'all on that bullshit. Thank you Pippin too, blend the blues. Propagate my culture till it's infused. Which is brew, playing out the speakers of your living room. Well, I got something to say. My niggas outside, Halloween night, killed a baby today. Ay, but it don't mean much if a fiend's there. An old head told me on correctional cement, decaying babies left on the corner for Jesus. Cradled to the grave and all the coroners seen it. Look, sweet and lovely death, nigga. Yeah, so don't push me. My trust's a little weak. All these demons, my subconscious taking in for like the evil at its peak. Empty the clip, reload the Nino as we speak. Took a brief seance, now I got Chino on the beat. These different colors
R.I.P.
in the
Chino
dark,
XL.
but the darkness so mystique. How we march into the park, we ain't visualizing the leap. I've been devising and simplifying disorders for a week. Body parts plus abortions in the creek. We lord the morbid streets, endorse the horse. We in the jungle around these niggas, some say it's it's a force. Maybe it's hell, check the scale, cause it's clearly enormous. People telling you they real, but I'm big on ignoring. All the bullshit they tryna sell you is purely performance. Yeah, monetize my profits sincerely, of course, just for a yearly reward and spirit absorbance. On 10 when I walk in with the top shelves of them toxins. Crip walk on a big box for the ghoulish niggas and the goblins, nigga.
Crazy.
Slid that bitch.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro,
That's crazy, bro.
that's one of my favorite songs on the project.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
to
that's
be honest with you,
that's,
bro,
that's a throwaway.
just sliding, bro, just
Nah, you just
completely,
slid that
just
bitch.
completely slide work. Listening to the project, you have a lot of hooks. You have hooks,
But I don't.
but a lot of your songs you don't have hooks.
You know why, man? I feel like we've gotten into a place where it's like, if you go back into like the 70s and shit, and a lot of the shit from the 70s I really like now because I sample from it,
Yeah,
you realize shit wasn't even structured. It was just music. And as a kid, I didn't necessarily like it like that. As an adult, I realized there's so much substance to like little breakdowns and shit like that. So I try and just have no structure, man. Some shit could be 24 bars into a bridge, into 16 bars, into a hook. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like,
You just gotta be experimental.
yeah, man, that's me personally. And that may not work, but like I don't give a fuck what the people that would care about that think. Like I'm doing it for me and my fan base.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that shit's fire. Lead single, No Apologies.
Yeah.
You and King Harris.
Yep.
Body That Bitch, No
Yeah,
Cap.
yeah. So that was actually his picking of that beat, because I had got these beats and I was all like, here, like I'll send you like 2 emails, just pick something. He picked that one specifically. He got it back to me. I was all like, okay, so I got to slide in. Yeah,
That work, bro.
For sure. Yeah. How'd that relationship come about, bro?
shit, man. I know King Harris since I was just making beats.
That's dope.
And that was right when he had got out of prison the first time. And right before he did the track with E40. And I think I got him on my first beat tape. And I got him on a song. And then I knew him through my homie Houdini. I don't know if you know who Houdini is. Yeah, Dean Childs. That's my homie. Shout out to Houdini. But I think he introduced or made the link or some shit. And then from there, just over the years, man, he's just been like big bro. You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
Yeah. One of the rawest beats too that he picked too.
I took so many losses, niggas think I tanked. Hit them with ricochets, it's luck and let you call bank. My apologies to God, forgot to tell him thanks. The prayers got me through them gates, and now we all straight. The hate is so real, you know the love fake. Me and Death, they dinner date, they had an hour wait. I told him we should catch a steak, he told me I'll wait. Another minute late, I guess it wasn't fate. Yeah, dreams of being rich until I caught a case. A couple thousand in the safe, it wasn't worth the ache. How many times you think it take, depending on your faith? I even heard his mama say the Lord don't make mistakes. You know the block was getting antsy, had to take a break. I knew the vows was getting fancy when I bit the cake. I knew that Andy had a Grammy.
Shout out to Anderson .Paak.
Nigga, the heart don't stand a chance, your feet just wanna pace. Too much money and power can
That's
turn
another
the
story. We know this nigga. We grew up with this nigga. You know him, yeah. Shout out to Andy.
It's just so funny. This area.
What's up?
This area has so many gems.
You know, when I moved to Vegas for a little bit, I didn't understand like how like compact and like dope talent comes out of here. It's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know what the fuck it is either. It's like something in the water. Or
Yeah,
some
bro.
shit.
It's there's talent everywhere, and there's offsprings everywhere. And Cali, to me, is the most talented place in America when it comes
Damn,
to
you going crazy
when
today.
it comes to everything, bro. When it comes to everything, when it comes to juice, when it comes to just swag, when it comes to music, when it comes to actors, when it comes to art, when it comes to everything that involves culture in any aspect you look at it, it starts from California. Now, we may not be the mecca of it and started it,
Yeah.
but everybody comes here to get your shit off. You can't come to hot like if it's just interesting that every nigga that starts in rap moves to LA. Why the fuck you coming to LA if your city was that?
Because, you know, like platforms, getting back to that. But I feel like one of the areas of Cali that doesn't get love for the game, they've literally carved the game, is the Bay Area, bro.
I was gonna say the Bay for sure.
They just don't get love, bro. Like, and I feel like being down here in SoCal, they're like, always be defending them Bay niggas. But like, to me, as a fan, like a lot of lingo, a lot of the beats, especially like SoCal nigga beats right now, those are Bay beats, my nigga. Like, what the fuck is niggas talking about?
For sure. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And I don't think Bay does get a lot of love. But I don't think a lot of those sub-cities get a lot of love. Like, I don't think New Jersey gets a lot of love.
Nah,
I don't think
at all.
Like,
They get clowned on.
They get, for sure. For sure. Few features.
Yeah.
Few features.
Yeah.
Not many. How did the features come about? Who are they to you? Why'd you decide you want to rock with them?
Like I said, these are throwaway songs, but you know, I was gonna have more features, but I was all, you know what? Like, I forget who told me this too, but somebody had told me, you know, people get albums because they want to hear you. They don't necessarily want a bunch of features. So when it's time to do that, like I said, I got other projects working that I'm waiting on, shit, and that'll be more feature heavy. But I feel like, you know, the people digesting this want to hear me. And I'm developing my sound still. You know, I started late. So that's what it is.
Hey, fuck with it.
Yeah.
Bro, who was that nigga talking on Taz Boomba or whatever, however you say that shit?
Zar Bomba?
Zar Bomba.
That was King Harris.
That nigga sounded like Birdman, but the uncle from ATL. I didn't know that was that nigga. I didn't know who it was. That's crazy.
That's the big homie. You
That's
know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Shout out to Med too. Metaphor. He used to be signed to Stone's Throw. He was rapping with Mad Lib, but he's on Outside. I produced that beat. And shout out to the big homie, man.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, not a huge boom bap nigga.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I respect the artistry, and I wish I was way nicer when it comes to the boom baps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna be real. You don't gotta be though. Be real to what you are and rock with it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I grew up loving New York music, right? I'm a hip hop savant. I just wish I was better at it, right? Like, and so that's why I admire niggas that do that shit. Like, you know, I think that's super fire. That's your vibe. Touched on it a little earlier, but I always respected people who have the ability to make hits without Tunchi, with Tunchi. Or sorry, we call it Tunchi. Auto-tune. With auto-tune. My bad. I was thinking just talking about niggas. He looked at me like Lil Wayne, nigga. My bad.
I was thinking that.
Make hits without the auto-tune, with the auto-tune. What makes you, you know, stick to your bread and butter? I think a little bit of what you said already was kind of being newer to it, still finding your sound. But I still feel like even when you try the other shit, just what's better was you.
Yeah. So what was the question? I'm sorry.
The question is, how are you able to not conform to what niggas are going about now? Like, how are you able to just not get on the Tunchi and I'm gonna just make the hits and just do what I gotta do, stick to my bag?
I'm older, you know. It's my generation, but it's not my generation. Like, my generation kind of clowned auto-tune, and then it became the biggest shit ever. I remember when niggas was clowning Tyler, who I was a fan of, and now he's the only person that's doing 250 first week sales. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's going crazy.
So what I notice is the weird shit, you gotta embrace that shit. Why I don't necessarily just do it on every track is because that's not me. I can do it. Like, I have a whole project that's called Self-Inflicted, and it's just like auto-tune records on there and shit.
That's hard, bro.
And that shit slap, to be honest with you. Right. But I also noticed that it got hella overlooked.
Right.
And my fans were asking, yo, give us more of this raw shit. So, you know.
Right. You talk a lot of your stories, you talk a lot of, tell a lot of stories in your music. Definitely bars for sure. But to me, I feel like you're a storyteller. Do you agree with that?
Nah, man. You know who's dope with stories that I think is dope? We were talking about earlier, Cyrilus. I think he's dope at pinning stories together, like that I know of, like locally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a dope storyteller. Enzom too. Enzom's crazy, poetical, just could say 2 bars and you'll just be like, this nigga sent me a song one time, and because I know who this nigga is, I'm thinking like he's saying the craziest shit, and I'm trying to decipher it, and I'm all like, fuck, I don't necessarily even want to get on this, because like, what are you saying? I hit him up. This nigga wasn't talking about anything. He's like, I just said whatever. You can do whatever you want. But I'm overanalyzing the shit because he can get to that level. So to me, those are my favorite storytellers. I just like to think that I'm an artist. I'm a lyricist, and I just like doing what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? If you rock with it, appreciate you. If you don't, that's cool too.
Right, real. Quick break. You can pause it real quick. Favorite song on the album versus favorite session?
Favorite like session of the album?
Yep.
I'm thinking.
You good? Take your time.
So there's a song on there called White Widow that it was a throwaway that
That's my favorite too.
yeah, that's so that record my cousin sent me the other Ford 910, and he sent me that beat, and I got on it and I rapped to it, and I don't know, man, I just felt like I grew, and like listening to it, like I get in my head a lot, so I hold on to a lot of music. So I was all like, this ain't good. So I just put it to the side. That's just like maybe 2 years ago. And then I recently got a new computer like last year, and I recently just transferred all my music.
Everything over.
And I listened to that. I was like, oh, this is hard, but it's missing something. So I was all like, let me take this in the machine. So I added like a sub, like some bass and shit. And I was all like, this shit kind of go. This shit kind of go. So, I mean, I know it ain't directly to that, but that's probably my favorite session. My favorite song is definitely Dia de los Muertos. Just because of the situation, the vibe, the beat just spoke to me. Like, it was a very somber feeling when I laid that down. And I felt like, damn, I should have had more records like that on there.
Shout out to the zombies and Day of the Dead shit.
Yeah, but it's just like, you know, it was fucking, it was a spur of the moment, and these were all throwaway tracks, but it came together.
Hey, that's fire. All right. Got any last questions before we get into this game?
Oh, shit, we playing games.
Yeah.
Playing games.
It's about that time.
About that time. Nothing weird ass game.
It's called black and white. You pick this side of the coin or this side of the coin. Simple. Simple, easy. You ready?
Shit.
J. Cole or Kendrick?
Niggas are gonna kill me for this.
Preference.
And why?
Personal preference is J. Cole.
And why?
Just because Kendrick is the type of nigga that just do some crazy artistic, abstract shit. Like let's compare it to an artist. Kendrick will fucking take some shit out of his hand and just throw it against the wall, and everybody be like, "Oh, that's fucking art." And to somebody, it is. But like, if you want to digest music, for me, just for me.
Yeah.
And Kendrick is dope. Kendrick can make dope music if he wanted to. Like, I like some of the records on his new album.
You rated 8?
8. I think it's a solid 8. There's a lot of filler on there, but I also think I like Peekaboo. I like TV Off. I like Squabble Up. I love the intro. At first, I hated it. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then I re-listened to it, and then re-listen, and that's probably
nigga spazzing.
That's probably my favorite track on there.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? And then what was the last record with Peso?
With Peso.
I forget the last record.
Shit.
But I like that record.
Yeah.
Cool. So I heard some niggas didn't like it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah.
All right. Jay-Z or Nas?
Huh?
Jay-Z or Nas?
I'm gonna go with Jay-Z just because he's so successful with everything. It takes growth. Like at first, like when Ether came out, that was a moment, and it changed everything. As I'm older, bro, I think Takeover is a better record. Like from the beat, he came out and dissed everybody. He's all, man, fuck y'all. He said fuck Nas because of, you know, the publishing rights and everything to that one sample. He said fuck Mobb Deep, and he was being a bully. He put Prodigy up on a Summer Jam screen. I think that's just hard. Granted, Ether killed him, but there was more facts, I felt like, to Jay-Z shit. And Jay-Z walks in the booth without anything written down. I think that's a lot harder than I love Nas, but I think that's a lot harder than going in there and pinning some shit personally. But that's me.
Yeah. Benny Siegel or Scarface?
Scarface. Easy. I love Scarface. Shout out to Face Mob.
UFC or boxing?
UFC, man, boxing's in a bad state right now.
We was talking about that earlier.
Yeah, boxing is in a bad state where it needs man, I don't know what the fuck boxing
need Mayweather back.
Nah, Mayweather is kind of what started this shit to be where
to
it's
make
at.
tank to for money.
Yeah,
for money fights.
because it's not about fights anymore. It's about like trying to make the best thing for the promotion. And then we get niggas like Jake Paul in there that is just doing some fuck shit. Yeah, but UFC, I feel like, and this is a fucked up thing, but UFC fighters don't get paid that much
at all.
That's a good thing.
It keeps them hungry.
It keeps them hungry.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up.
Yeah.
But
it is. But you got to keep them hungry.
Yeah.
You got to. It's a barbaric sport.
Okay.
Nigga. I can't give you steak, nigga.
Okay, Conor McGregor got 200 million, right? Or what was it, 100 million?
200.
He got 200 million to fight Mayweather.
That nigga ain't fought. This nigga fought twice.
That nigga's just been doing coke.
And
being on
graping.
Graping.
and going on
causing riots and shit.
Or boats and shit.
And beating up old niggas at the pub.
That nigga still talking about coming back. That nigga ain't coming back, bro. Those days are over.
Yeah.
Prime Conor McGregor and Tank.
Tank.
Now who wins in a fight? What you like?
To be honest, I used to hate McGregor, but bro, like I went back and just looked at
cold, bro.
He was cold. He predicted a lot of shit, and he was nasty with the hands, bro. And nobody's done it like him. Whether you could say that's bad for just everybody to look up to that and aspire to be that, because a lot of niggas is just talking bullshit now. I think
whipping people ass.
Conor was dope, bro. Prime Conor was dope.
John Jones or Mike Tyson?
You can't compare that shit, bro. It's totally. You talking about street fight?
If you want to compare them on who wins in the fight, I'm asking who's the best. Who to you, who's better
in their respective
you can't compare that though, because are you talking about who's better like in the streets, like
in their respective position?
They're both the GOATs in their respective sports.
Are you allowed to bite?
No, see, that's crazy.
Is biting good in his sport?
You can't bite in MMA.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you like this: if Mike is in a street fight, prime Mike Tyson, that's from New York, I don't want to face that nigga.
He not even trying to bite you.
That
he
nigga was
kill you, bro.
That nigga was robbing niggas, bro.
Yeah, he gonna kill you. He not trying to play. Yeah,
he gonna fight like you owe him money for real.
It's bad.
I believe he was the nigga graping niggas in jail.
Oh,
probably
was.
Yeah, he probably.
Hey, shout out to Mike though.
Shout out to Mike.
Shout out Mike, man.
Making music or making music videos?
It's kind of the same thing, but there's nothing like being able to think of a concept in your head, get it in the booth, mix it, then do a video to it. And even like with an album, like get songs together, put them together, and like, oh, it's done. Like the weight that's just relieved off of you, like, damn,
man.
That's dope. It's like taking a shit. It's like you baking something up, you just let it off, you just feel so relieved, and you just feel enthused and energized.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
John Cena or Roman Reigns?
I don't fuck with any of them niggas, I'm gonna be honest with you. But I saw an interview with John Cena where he was talking about how he took down like a 280-pound girl.
I did see that, hey, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to John Cena.
And he had a Gucci suit at the motherfucking
He got
Hall
nigga
of Fame.
tendencies. I could probably hang out with that.
No cap, bro. He was rapping too at one point, bro.
Benny the Butcher or Conway?
Conway, man. Shout out to Conway. I was able to get him on a feature for one of my records.
That's fire.
But I've met Benny and Conway a bunch of times. They really cool people. They grind was organic, bro. And how they came up, it's consistency. It's the platform that you're on. But there's something that a lot of people don't like to talk about is two things: timing and luck. And it was just the perfect world for them to just enter the space at the time, because there wasn't anything that was getting the type of shine that they were getting at the time.
Rap shit.
And they weren't even a group.
Right.
They rapped together, but they weren't even a group. So when they got on Shady and then they got the deal with Rockefeller 2, it was just the perfect storm, and they just had all the buzz.
Who was the other dude? I always forget
West
the
Side
name.
Gun.
And then that was the dude, not West Side Gun, but there was another dude that brought them specifically together. Was it the DJ?
Yeah, it was
one of the
The
photographers.
DJ. I forget homie's name.
I forgot his name. It was the photographer, videographer, and he decided that he was gonna rap too, and then it made Griselda, right?
Yeah. The DJ, man.
I know that Tim Westwood freestyle was crazy. They did though.
Yeah, that's what put them on the map to me. To me.
That and the Funk Flex interview with the Butcher.
Yeah, they killed that shit.
They slid.
They saw that shit. That was the one. No, it was that one that put them on for me.
So I found out about Conway.
Conway was going crazy.
I think I was in Vegas at the time, and I reached out to this. I produced a beat for Enzom, and I got the homie Tri-State. He rapped with Planet Asia and shit. And he was telling me on the phone, he was all like, hey, man, there's this dope dude out of New York. He got shot in the face. His face paralyzed. His name's Conway. He dope. Look out for him. And I remember I went and I listened to some shit, and it wasn't catching me at the time because I didn't understand the vibes, and my mind was in a totally different space. So I was all, oh, this is cool, but, you know, I don't know. And then I think like maybe a year later, I just heard some shit that was crazy. It was this record called Brutus, and it was West Side Gun, Benny, and Conway, and it was over some raw ass loop that Pete Rock like looped. Oh my God, I was a fan. I deep dive into everything they had. You should play that record if anything.
I don't want us to get flagged.
Okay, yeah,
that
record's crazy.
That's crazy. No, I'm not gonna lie, bro. But I don't listen to that type of music at all. Like, but and in past interviews, they'll probably be like, nigga, you said that you don't, blah, blah, you don't like, bro, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. I know things about hip hop that's different. Like, that's just not how I like to consume music. Yeah, but I know a lot about it and I respect it. And you be sliding, bruh. All the niggas that we talking about, that's how I even know shit. You know what I mean? That even like factual shit. It's like, okay, I see stuff and I'm into it, but that's not my thing.
Movies or shows?
I like movies, man. Like, shows are cool. You know what? I just saw a dope ass show, man. Have you seen this shit, The Penguin?
My nigga,
Soprano vibes, bro. Hell yeah,
that shit hard.
That's just my
bro,
shit.
And
right
I always hated The Penguin, even as a kid. I was like, man, fuck this fat nigga.
For sure, me too.
Yeah, same. But that how they turned him into the gangster and on some mafia shit, I was all like, this is dope. And then
good Soprano vibes.
Not even to spoil the shit, but how the shit ended. I don't even think it ended like that though. I'm gonna be real with you. I think there's a twist.
You think there's a twist?
Yeah.
I would say that until I heard that snap.
I don't know.
It snapped.
Oh, you heard it?
Oh yeah, it snapped.
Hey man, I'm just saying I don't think it's over, and I think it's not in their budget and their pockets to end it like that.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he come back.
That's my shit. I don't want to spoil it for nobody neither.
I want to see the end.
That shit is
good.
I fuck with it because I fuck with how he's creating characters, changing the name of characters so that we can still watch shows and be enjoyed and not know who we're watching. Yeah. So I fuck with that.
Hey, bro, like that nigga killed that role. And not only that, bro, like I stood up when that shit happened.
For sure.
Oh my God.
No, bro, I was mad. Like, no cap. After I was like, oh, this is the most diabolical nigga I've ever seen on TV.
Yeah.
Like, this beats Homelander by a fucking mile.
Yeah.
Like,
For
this
real?
nigga's different. This nigga's different.
But not
Homelander,
only that, man. I remember one of the movies that I stood up for. I literally stood up in a movie theater was The Dark Knight. Was when that nigga
crazy.
When that nigga blew up the hospital.
Yeah, when he walked out.
There was already so much good shit happening.
Right. That was such a good
And then I stood up.
sequence.
Bro, I lost my shit during that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I love movies, bro. Especially now that I actually do this shit. So.
Hell yeah, fire. Drowning or burning to death?
God damn, bro. What we doing?
We
Pick
taking
one.
it to the next level, gang.
Bro, I ain't
Pick one.
Nah, bro.
You can't skip it.
You can't
Pick
skip
one.
it. You're not allowed
If you
to.
had to pick one, is you drowning or are you burning to
Make
death?
you think about it.
Oh, cuz.
You got to.
Come on, gang.
Nigga, is you the cartel? What you doing?
Got
It's
to.
close, nigga.
Everybody
Oh,
asked
God.
the same question.
Everybody answered.
I never
Question.
missed this question.
Oh, my
I got
God.
2 questions that I asked everybody, and this is one of them.
All right, man. I don't want to be on fire, man, but man, that's like a fucked up question.
It
my
is.
nigga.
Terrible, bro.
So before I even answer this shit, I don't want to be burned. But my
Shit,
pops took my brother out when he was like he had a boat and shit, and he took my brother out when he was like 10 years old, and they went to the island. And he put his anchor on the side. You're supposed to put that shit on the front.
Yeah,
it was
on the
nighttime
front,
and
bro.
everything.
It'll flip.
Shit capsized.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it'll flip.
He didn't have his vest on or anything. He went to get him. He got him. went back to the boat and everything. They got back on and everything.
Yeah.
There was no light or anything. This is before cell phones and all that shit. He was trying to get the anchor up. Another swell hit. Boom, capsized.
Fuck.
Got him. Couldn't find him. He's like, oh, fuck, where is he at? You know what I'm saying? Imagine losing your 10-year-old son, whatever. Finally, he popped up, took him to the beach. He was going to go get his boat, but my brother was like crying and scared at the time. Visibly, he's on the island. It's dark as fuck. So they got some seaweed and they just slept right there. In the morning, the boat washed up on the shore and everything. But just thinking about drowning, bro, in the dark.
It's crazy.
Terrible, bro.
Nigga, what if there's sharks there?
Yeah. That's the last thing.
And you drowning and you're like,
shit.
Wow, that's it. Eating.
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna just say I don't want to be burnt, but I'm not gonna say
You
I don't
want to be
anything
drowned.
to happen.
Yes.
I don't want nothing to happen.
Yes. All right. Last question of the day for me.
What we doing?
Would you rather have more money or more time?
I mean, with more time, you could definitely get more money.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like it depends where the value at is in the time, because some people have time where they're building certain things up, and there's always value in time, but what I'm saying is your peak years. So are you talking about like time for a person in a wheelchair that they live to be 100, but they can't really run and enjoy shit? Or are you talking about like time where, okay, I figured this shit out. Let me take it to the next level and the next level and the next level.
I don't think we get to pick.
I think don't get to pick one, and I am very interested on how you choose to go with it, because you have the most experience of the people that we've brought in. So I want to know your answer.
Yeah.
And I would rather, and however you want to pick on what side.
Damn, I really wish that I could give y'all some philosophical shit. But
you're good, bro. If it's plain and simple, plain and simple.
Yeah, nigga. Shit, man. It just depends. So, like, when you say more money or more time, like, am I gonna die tomorrow type shit?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, like, with everything I got going right now, it's time, bro. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna always do music. I'm gonna always do what the fuck I want to do. It may not lead to the super big spotlight that people had gotten in the past before, because the landscape has changed so much. But I have an unborn son. I got a beautiful wife. I got friends and family that I want to see grow. So definitely more time, man. And one thing that we really undervalue is time, because especially like your generation, I grew up with cell phones, but social media we got in like college and shit. So it wasn't like an everyday thing. But like even myself now, like with social media and just everything being on the phone, you're not living. Niggas gotta really live out here, because I've seen so many people. I've lost 10 friends this year. And that shit could almost drain you to where you don't want to do music. But, you know, we find a way. But really value your time. Build relationships. Don't always be on go mode. I know that's the cool thing to do. But value your relationships. Value your time. And in the end, shit's gonna work out anyway. It's like you could be super worried about some shit happening, or you could be prepared for it and have a good attitude about it. It's gonna be the same outcome. You just either gonna be worried or not.
That's real.
So enjoy your time, be with your family, do what the fuck you want to do. Don't let anybody try and bring you down.
Nigga said he ain't got nothing philosophical and gave us philosophical.
Big Bird.
A good philosophy.
Big Bird.
Biggest of birds.
All right, we got what song you want to play before we get on out of here?
Dia de los Muertos, man. I love that shit.
Gotcha.
Hell yeah.
Just the way that shit start.
Yeah.
That dark
Y'all
shit.
know what it is.
Yeah.
Y'all know what it is. 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 Perception, this is life, we're hanging off the ledge. Lost my mind a couple times, left me dead. The moments in time had me tapped. It ain't from the feds. Gotta fight this charge, but there's no head from sexy red. STDs, we was moving trees with hefty meds. Packed the SUVs. Arsenies just called and made a pledge. Watch the company you keep when you make your bed. Niggas that could watch you sleep, comply and creep to break your legs. Turn up grits with some bacon eggs. Getting blistered, rolling down the strip while we blazing heads. Moving on to something. Never will I stay in place, cousin I don't mind be like praying to the devil's face, and I'm never doing that. Been there before and I ain't moving backwards, my nigga. Every time I'm spewing facts, could've lost my life a couple times, yet I'm still intact.
Facts.
Maybe it's a sign from the divine. Guess I'm new to that. Look, now my shorty, she expecting us to fall, leaves fall. God, please send a message to the kids, to my girl, she my world, my rib. How can I love her realistically when I don't wanna live feel like I'm living in the past? From the path that I read, to the point that I'm at, feel like I'm off, that I slid, cause this is how it is. In my mind like a bit, I wake up by the time and I do this shit again, I'm insane. For the pain that I suffer from within, feel like a motherfucking lame. When I brave through this wind or this storm I created, with the rain rushing in from the hurricanes of life, so my psyche comprehends, nigga. Yeah. Visions of my mama still alive when I was younger. Summer sleeping in that den, and the obituaries heavy in my city, losing friends. De los muertos, seeing pictures eats me from within. Look, say a prayer for those who passed on. Energy be leaking out the speakers for the last song. If you ever lost somebody in the past once, made this for y'all. For the days it's gonna drag on. Real talk, we in hard times, but real niggas keep moving through the fog blind, gazing at the stars for a second. Send a prayer to God for a call sign. Yeah, real talk, we in hard times, but real niggas keep moving through the fog blind, gazing at the stars for a second. Send a prayer to God for the call sign.
Yes, sir. 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 We got any questions for my man before we get up on out of here? No.
Specifically.
All right, bet. I go by the name Uno. This is Phyllis Driller.
Yeah.
Taylor. Big Glass. My man Mark Ford in the building.
Hey, the Iceberg.
Hey, man, we the Iceberg Lounge.
out here.
And before we get on out of here, I want to leave y'all with a special message. Wake up every day and strive for perfection. And when you fall short, because you definitely will fall short, wake up and do it again. We the Iceberg Lounge. We'll see y'all next week. Big Burr.
Yes, sir.